Frank Sinatra recorded over 1,400 songs in a career spanning 7 decades and 4 record companies.
Strangers in the night, exchanging glances, wandering in the night. What were the chances we'd be sharing love before the night was through? Something in your eyes was so inviting, something in your smile was so exciting, something in my heart told me I must have you. Strangers in the night, two lonely people, we were strangers in the night, up to the moment when we said our first hello. Little did we know, love was just a glance away, a warm embracing dance away. And ever since that night, we've been together, lovers at first sight. In love forever, it turned out so right, for strangers in the night. Love was just a glance away, a warm embracing dance away. Ever since that night, we've been together, lovers at first sight. In love forever, it turned out so right, for strangers in the night.
He entered this world on December 12, 1915, and he almost left that same day. But I'll let Frank tell you about that.
I was born in 1915 on December 12th, on they told me a very wintry, terrible day. And my mother, who weighed approximately 92 pounds, and I weighed 12 3/4 pounds. And when I was born, when I was removed from her womb by a midwife, there was a problem. I didn't want to come out of there. And they sent up a flare for a doctor. And upon removing me, I was pretty well damaged at my left side of my neck and ear and face. However, he put me aside. I was told this by my grandmother and one of my aunts who was present, in a kitchen table in a 4-room flat. And he set me aside in order to save my mother's life. And my grandmother, who had more sense than anybody in the room, as far as I'm concerned, because she knew what to do with me. And she stuck me under the ice-cold water in a cold water flat, and apparently got some blood moving around and whacked me around a little bit. And I have blessed that day, that moment, in her honor ever since, because otherwise I wouldn't be here with you tonight. And I think about her very often. She was a great lady. Anyway, I grew. Not large, but I grew.
The son of Italian immigrants, Frank Sinatra began his life in Hoboken, New Jersey. His father, a quiet, gentle man, was a fireman, professional fighter, and bartender. His mother, Dolly, was an aggressive, hard-working midwife, and later a political activist.
There was a man on radio called Major Bowes who had an amateur program, and you went and you auditioned. And I I went over and I auditioned, and they said, okay, we'll put you on the radio. And there were 3 other kids from my hometown who made up a trio called the Three Aces. Very intelligent title for a group. The Three Aces. Oh, boy, they took a lot of time to think that out. The Major Bowes loused that up by saying, you're going to be the Hoboken Four. That took care of that whole situation like that. And we performed, and we won the first prize, and we went out on the road all over the mostly over the United States anyway. And then when I came back, I very quickly got a job in a roadhouse in New Jersey called the Rustic Cabin, which brings me to one of the great men who ever attended the school, Mr. Porter. From that time, I went with the Harry James Band. He came over and had heard me on radio at night, late at night, and he came over and talked to me, and I joined him, and then immediately went, 6 months or 8 months later, went with the great Tommy Dorsey Band. And I was with Tommy almost 3 years and decided to strike it out on my own. But when I was with the James Orchestra and the Tommy Dorsey Orchestra, I played the Paramount Theater as a boy singer for the band, so that I was known to the fans who went to the theater, and certainly by the management. Bob Whiteman, who ran the Paramount Theater, whom I knew, he said he's coming in to catch the last show. This was on my birthday, on December the 12th. And he came in and he caught the show, and I went home. I didn't see him. I went home, and he rang me at the house, and he said, what are you doing? There's a famous phrase, what are you doing New Year's Eve? I said, not a thing. I said, I can't even get booked anywhere. I can't find anywhere to work. He said, no. He said, I mean the morning of December 31st. And for a couple of weeks after that, I said, nothing. He said, I would like you to open at the Paramount, at the joint, he used to call it. He said, I'd like to open at the joint. And I said, you mean on New Year's Eve? He said, that's right, that morning. And he said, you got Benny Goodman's orchestra and a Crosby picture, and I fell right on my butt. I couldn't believe what he said to me.
In 1934, the Major Bowes Original Amateur Hour was the most popular radio show in America. Major Bowes paired Sinatra with 3 instrumentalists, all from Hoboken. But they didn't last long. Frank didn't like sharing the spotlight. His first early solos were with RCA, followed by Columbia Records from 1943 to 1952. Columbia did not renew Frank's contract when it expired in the end of 1952, and nobody else wanted him. It was a devastating low point in his career. His records weren't selling. His recent movies were flops. His talent agency, MCA, dropped him too. He had no studio, no record label, no agent, but his tremendous talent was burning to express itself. Finally, Capitol Records, a small label at the time, expressed some interest. They wanted him to reinvent himself musically with a fresh new sound. So he began working with Nelson Riddle, and in 1953, Young at Heart marked his musical comeback. The song's timeless lyrics, along with Riddle's arrangement and Frank's persuasive phrasing, shot it to the top of the charts. Frank's collaboration with arranger Nelson Riddle lasted for decades. In over 90 recording sessions together, the dynamic duo produced hits as I've Got the World on a String, A Foggy Day, My Funny Valentine, I Get a Kick Out of You, Day In, Day Out, 3 Coins in the Fountain, Just One of Those Things, All of Me, The Gal That Got Away, Someone to Watch Over Me, and Learnin' the Blues. Then, with the launching of his own company, Reprise Records, in 1960, Frank finally had the power to record what he wanted to record. Sinatra was more experimental during his early years at Reprise. To vary his sound, he used a different arranger for each of his first 7 albums. At first, he recorded many of the same songs that he recorded at Capitol, but ultimately filled the label's repertoire with many new songs. One for My Baby is said to be the greatest saloon song ever written.
Sinatra decided in the early 30s that what America needed was a powerful new romantic sound. His use of 12 strings instead of 4 was key in creating that uniqueness. Even Bing Crosby, at the time the biggest singer around, used only 4 strings. He was not going to fade away like predecessors Rudy Vallée and Russ Columbo. He chose his target well, the hearts of millions of young girls.
The birth of Sinatra the Performer was opening night at New York's Paramount Theater on New Year's Eve, 1942. He was billed as the extra added attraction in small print below Benny Goodman. Frank had serious stage fright that night, sensing his performance that evening could make or break his career. He was right. The next day, mobs of young women stood in a line that stretched around the block, stopping traffic for hours. The swooning Bobby Soxers at the Paramount was the birth of the Sinatra phenomenon, which climaxed with the Columbus Day riot in 1944. 30,000 fans packed the streets around Times Square trying to get tickets in a 5,000-seat theater.
People will say we're in love.
That's wonderful.
So,
What's the next line? Keep moving. You're a hell of a target. What's the next line?
don't dance all night with me till the stars fade.
Due to his ruptured eardrum, Sinatra was classified 4F and could not be drafted into World War II. The Bobby Soxers were relieved. Instead, he contributed by doing Bond rallies, such as this one with Bing Crosby and Bob Hope.
From the beginning, Frank was only interested in playing in places that had a link to a radio station since they provided exposure. He often sang as a filler on the radio, which meant that his songs were aired whenever stations had unscheduled airtime. The rustic cabin had a wire to WNEW New York, so musicians and entertainers began to hear what soon became known as The Voice. Soon after, the radio was responsible for Frank's move over to the Tommy Dorsey Orchestra in 1940, since Tommy had heard Frank's voice on the radio and liked it. His success at the Paramount catapulted him to CBS's flagship radio program, Lucky Strike's Your Hit Parade. Each week, the show presented the 10 most popular songs in America. But the show began to fall apart since Lucky Strike wanted to steer away from the intense sensuality of Frank's songs, while he wanted to sing slowly and belt out the emotion that came so naturally to him.
When somebody needs you, it's no good unless he needs you. All the way through the good or lean years and for all the in-between years, come what may. Who knows where the road will lead us? Only a fool would say. But if you let me love you, it's for sure I'm gonna love you all the way, all the way. So if you let me love you, it's for sure I'm gonna love you all the way, all the
In 1942, Frank did his own show, a 15-minute radio program, Songs by Sinatra, which aired for 2 years. Then in January of 1944, He did another half-hour weekly radio series for CBS called The Frank Sinatra Show. In addition to Your Hit Parade, he did his own non-sponsored national co-starring series called Broadway Bandbox in May of 1943. Once his career took off, radio gave Frank tremendous national exposure. Remember, radio was still the dominant medium of popular culture in the 40s. From 1943 to 1950, Frank did 2 radio shows per week while performing for the Bobby Soxers during the day. He averaged 1 movie a year, along with a few charity events. His hard work paid off. The 40s were Sinatra's most successful era of commercial single hits. Thanks to the radio, by 1948, he was a multi-millionaire with 63 chart hits, 4 of which were #1. By 1978, Frank had recorded an astonishing 1,200 songs. But it's not the volume of songs that made Sinatra a legend. What was his secret? A magical ability to make everyone in his audience believe that he is singing directly to them. Sinatra creates images that evoke powerful feelings of love and desire. Frank's ability to tell a story is one of his most powerful techniques, and the stories got sharper as his voice grew deeper and the textures richer. And while long notes were traditionally sung loudly, Frank often held soft notes for long periods of time, heightening their intensity. Frank was always quick on his feet. He rarely read music exactly as it was noted, but even when he did, he would sometimes sneak in a rhythmic variation here and there. He never stopped playing with the tempo, whether the piece was serious, romantic, or swing. Frank's singing career had its ups and downs. 1945 was Frank's most productive year, 43 songs, 4 of which were top 10. From February to March 1946, Frank recorded 57 songs. It was the busiest year in his recording history. The new tide in music in 1950 was a sweep toward rhythm and blues and fancy sound gimmicks. Yet, despite his efforts to go along with the new trend, record sales did not improve. 1951 brought even more change with a shift toward the revival of folk music. Jazz was becoming more intellectual and introspective, and the difference between country and pop music was becoming less distinguished. This marked the beginning of his musical slump. By the end of 1953, Sinatra's music was again transformed from brassy to a gentle, almost mournful sound. His musical backing was comprised of violins, 2 saxes, a cello, a viola, and a chamber music group. His recording career finally took a turn for the better with the recording of Young at Heart, which made it to #1. In 1954, after a 7-year slump, he was declared one of the most popular male vocalists. Frank's comeback was the greatest ever in the history of show business.
Say, you hear that music? You know where that music's going? It's going down the Mississippi, and I'm going to go right along with it. Down to see Old Man River. Here we all work along the Mississippi. Here we all work while the white folk play, pulling them boats from the dawn till sunset, getting no rest till the judgment day. Don't look up and don't look down. You don't dast make a white horse frown. Bend your knees and bow your head and pull that rope until you're dead. Let me go away from the Mississippi. Let me go away from the white man, boys. Show me that stream called the River Jordan. That's the old stream that I long to cross. Old Man River, that old man river, he must know something, but he don't say nothing. He just keeps rolling. He keeps on rolling along. He don't plant taters, and he don't plant cotton, and them what plants 'em is soon forgotten. But old man River just keeps rolling along. You and me, we sweat and strain, but he's all aching and
In 1993, EMI executives suggested that Frank do an album of duets with a selection of the world's most famous artists. Throughout his prolific recording career, Frank had rarely shared center stage with others. Sinatra was hesitant and wondered if he could sing his songs better than he had 50 years ago. He was intrigued and agreed to do the album, Duets, with artists such as Tony Bennett, Carly Simon, Luther Vandross, Julio Iglesias, Anita Baker, Kenny G, Aretha Franklin, Barbra Streisand, Liza Minnelli, Natalie Cole, and Gloria Estefan. Frank was moved and pleased with the result. At 77, his work still embodied what it always had: determination and defiance, pride and passion, and of course, perfection.
For instance, we go from here to Argentina and then to Sao Paulo, and then back to the States. And we played Rio last year, and Egypt, and a lot of places, England. So this is a job. It's really a job.
Will you play in South Africa itself?
Big one?
Would you play in South Africa itself?
In a film?
No, in South Africa itself, rather.
Oh, sure, sure. Sure, why not? Sure. There were some discussions about Cape Town, Johannesburg, or either one or both. But that could happen in the future. After we get over the jet lag.
Will you make any conditions before you play South Africa?
Absolutely.
John, you gotta make your way.
If there were any form of segregation, I wouldn't play it.
258 on 1 and 2.
That was the part of the deal right here. It was part of the contract. Because I played to all people, any color, any creed, drunk, sober, anything.
Frank, can you still feel hurt? You know, you've been through the mill with the press, good, bad. I mean, does it still hurt you when there's an out-and-out lie about you personally?
Well, I think any human being in the world today would feel rather disturbed and hurt if he knows that it is an outright lie. And I must say that through the years that these things occurred, I guess my skin probably hardened a little bit, but it still got inside me from time to time, particularly when they were blatant, you know, when the statements were terribly out of line. But I think I put it out of my mind now. It's gone.
You conquered me.
Sinatra prefers to occupy himself with charitable work.
Well, I think everybody helps as much as they can where charities are concerned, where good causes are concerned, where they need help.
You'll read about somebody in a newspaper that needs help and break
I've done
quiet.
that too, but I'd rather not discuss those things. Those are my own private little affairs. But you know, we all, on a larger scale, we do performances for asthmatic children, multiple sclerosis, all of the diseases that they haven't yet cured. I don't imagine they've even got next to, close to any of them yet. But for instance, when I go to England, we usually do several charities over there for their children. I like to do mainly things for where children are concerned. Sunshine School for the Blind in London, and the asthmatic children in Denver, and diabetic kids and things like that.
In Egypt, you went to the Heart Children's Hospital?
Yes, yes. Orthopedic babies who are born, you know, not the right way. But my own indulgences, you know, it goes back to the old saying that you can only drive one car and wear one suit of clothes. Well, that doesn't hold true to us, but I'm not an automobile collector, and I don't have, and I won't mention any names, I don't have 25 tuxedos and that kind of thing. 40 pairs of shoes for the stage. But there are some members of my group who do that.
Frank's humor had a universal appeal. His sense of timing and witty comebacks were equally strong on television and on the radio. Some of his funniest moments were shared with Johnny Carson, Bob Hope, and Don Rickles on The Tonight Show. His ability to make us laugh seemed effortless.
Be happy again. Just keep smiling. Cause when you're
He's
smiling...
really been on a long time, that kid.
Sure has.
How do you like the show so far?
You know, I hear he's a big smash in the new picture, The Young Lions.
Figures, those other two fellas, Marlon Brando, Montgomery Clift, they're so great they make anybody look good.
Really? I made a picture with Marlon and Monty.
That's what I said, they make anybody look good.
Yeah, but I made a picture of Monty Clift from here to eternity.
From here to eternity?
You see that?
Oh, I saw it 4 times. I loved every minute of it. Which one were you?
When you're crying, you bring on the rain.
Say, are you in show business?
Not for the last 5 minutes.
Just keep smiling.
You look a little familiar to me. Did you ever do a guest shot on my show?
No.
Oh, you're the one.
Smile with
You know, I think he's getting his second wind. We'll be here all night.
smiling.
I've been so busy rehearsing my own show, and he told me not to worry about a thing, he said. And I believed him.
The world
Same thing happened to me.
smiles with you.
Oh, do you have your own show?
When you're smiling,
Doesn't everyone?
the whole world smiles. You can get nauseous, you know.
What's he doing, a telethon or something?
I know, I'm beginning to like it. But then again, this doesn't really concern me because I'm not going to be doing much singing tonight.
Who is?
He is. I'm just here for the change of pace here. I'm going to tell that story about the Italian fellow, Antonio Paccialupi Paolo. Antonio Paccialupi Paolo Garibaldi di Napoli, Junior the 2. He calls the county building to talk to the registrar of birth certificates because he thought that they named his first son, Tom, wrongly. See, now he's got another kid, and oh, it's real cute. I can...
The antics of the Rat Pack. Frank's buddies, such as Humphrey Bogart, Lauren Bacall, Sammy Davis Jr., Shirley MacLaine, Peter Lawford, Joey Bishop, and Dean Martin, inspired much talk in Hollywood and beyond. The pack had been founded by Humphrey Bogart, with the club's goal being the relief of boredom and the perpetuation of independence. The celebrities associated with the pack resented being called a club. An official membership was not required. It was simply a group of high-profile performers and their closest friends, several of whom were not entertainers. After Bogey died on January 14, 1957, Frank assumed leadership of the so-called Rat Pack and actively asserted that the group was not a club, but rather a group of friends who happened to have high profiles. The Rat Pack became a handicap when Frank became a supporter and friend of JFK. Sinatra was not willing to sever ties with the Kennedys, and many feel that he did more charity events to clean up his image as an upstanding citizen. To this day, mention of the Rat Pack evokes colorful images of Sinatra, Sammy Davis Jr., Joey Bishop, and Dean Martin spontaneously clowning around enjoying every minute of it. Many feel that there has never since been a group who enjoyed themselves publicly like the Rat Pack.
Listen, I don't mean to be picky or anything like that, but though everything was cool here, what's around for me?
But I don't understand you.
Well, on my show, I've got girls.
I saw him. Dinah Show, Joe Stafford.
No. They're the stars. I'm talking about girls on my show.
Well, I never miss it. End of the week, right after dinner, there's Sinatra, live and quivering.
Yeah, but I'm never alone. I've got
You got Crosby, Mitchum, Sammy Davis Jr.
No. But when a pal comes to see me, I get him a friend.
Yeah?
A Girllll. Now, that's what we ought to have around here, like ladies of the ensemble.
Oh, you mean dancing partners?
Yeah, you can dance with them, too. But...
Listen, no, Frank, I just want to say, you know what's next?
What's next?
The football team is next.
The football team? I'm talking about girls.
Well, you've seen these musical shows. On every show, there's always got to be a football team. We got one.
Football season.
Now, look, I know. I was talking to Perry Como.
Hold it, Smitty. I get the point now. You want a rating, you talk to Perry Como. You want girls, talk to me. The football team. Gee.
No, Frank, but it's an all-American team. You don't understand. I'm telling you. Well, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, a few weeks ago, Perry Como had the Look All-American team on his show. Tonight, we got the All-American Look team, and here they are. Men! Now, this is what I call a team that's really loaded. Yeah, I wonder if the coaching job is still open now. What's your name, sweetheart?
Barbara Lang, 362436.
Dig those crazy signals.
I'm from MGM, home of Braintree County.
Oh, mighty pretty country down there. And, you, dear?
Jill St. John.
Jill St. John. What position you play?
I don't know, but my boyfriend always keeps telling me I'm the end.
Oh, ding. And you, honey?
Nancy Marshall.
Nancy Marshall.
I'm Gail Land. Fiona Bryant from Warner Brothers. Jackie Bellon.
This is it?
Yes,
This is the team?
This is the team.
Hold the phone. This is the whole. I'm going to explain it to you now. And I said the season was over. Oh, you sly little devil. You've been hiding it all the time, have you not?
I tried to told you. It's really a... No, this team, the girls were picked by the Look magazine as Hollywood's newest beauties. They're all in the current issue.
I can't wait to thumb through.
Well, Frankie boy, I hope you're happy.
I'm not only happy, I'm delirious.
This fairy tale comes true. It is called Frank Sinatra with All God's Children.
Frank's unswerving dedication to numerous charitable causes is what makes him a great man. For his first global tour, Sinatra traveled to 7 countries to raise money for underprivileged children around the world. As an overprivileged adult, he thought he should do what he could to help the underprivileged. He paid for all expenses and raised over $1 million. In Israel, he performed 2 concerts in Nazareth and met with Prime Minister David Ben-Gurion in Jerusalem, followed by 2 more concerts. Then it was on to Athens, performing in an ancient Roman amphitheater, visiting children's institutions, and receiving the Athens Medal of Honor. Then it was on to Rome, Milan, and England, doing a concert at the Royal Festival Hall sponsored by Princess Margaret. In Paris, he performed at the Lido and visited several children's institutions, ending his tour in Monaco.
Climb the ropes. The Nazis called these unwanted kids the garbage of Europe. The great perfumes of the world are made from garbage. And these children of all faiths are the perfume of the Middle East.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. And good evening to you. Shalom, shalom. And l'chaim. I'm very pleased to be here. This is my first visit to Israel, and I'm having a wonderful time. It's been very busy with a running back and forth to every city that we can see in 9 days. But I'm having a marvelous time. It's educational to me. I've watched the growth of this nation, as everybody has around the world. I'm pleased to see what you've done with it. It's pretty marvelous here. And I congratulate you.
Lafayette, we are here. This is a hospital for crippled children just outside Paris. It is called Saint-Jean de Dieu. Every one of these children is handicapped, most of them severely. One of the big nights of the whole tour. The kids entertain. This is a school for underprivileged kids. Have you ever noticed how children look alike? Sick or well, London, Greece, or Israel? It's the adults who look different. Know why? Grown-ups are kids with dreams removed. The universal language.
I wish I could speak to you in your native language, but it's a difficult language to learn in 9 days. I have enough trouble with English, let alone learning to speak Greek. I'm glad you all came to our party this evening. I'm sorry my house isn't finished yet, but they're working on it, trying to get it finished. These performances that we've had here, ladies and gentlemen, in Athens, as you know, were for the benefits of the children's hospitals and nursery home. And I would like to thank you personally for helping us with this thing, because without you, we would have no performance to do, and there would be no contributions for the children. And I do thank you personally. Thank you a million times.
From the Paramount Theater to the main event, he set performance history. From the Frank Sinatra Show to his guest appearances on The Tonight Show. Maggio to the drug drummer in Man with a Golden Arm, he has ridden himself into the silver screen's best. From Young at Heart to duets, he made recording history. Frank Sinatra has given us some of the most memorable moments in music history. There is no doubt that he will remain a legend for generations to come. One of the most memorable moments in Frank's career occurred during his retirement concert. On March 21st, 1971, Frank announced his retirement. He was 55 years old. His final concert at the Los Angeles Musical Center was spectacular. and Sinatra's energy put to shame all the rumors that his health was in danger. The energy at the concert was electrifying. Audiences truly believed that it was their last chance to see the world's greatest entertainer perform. After several encores, Frank chose one of his old saloon songs, Angel Eyes. He appeared on stage with his silhouette emerging out of the darkness, a cigarette in his hand. He lit it in mid-sentence, just before uttering the last line of the song. It was, according to many, the most paralyzing moment in performance history. But Frank's retirement didn't last very long. By the end of 1973, Frank was yanked back into action by public demand and put an end to his near 2 years of retirement. Upon his return, he commented that although he appreciated the rest and recovery, he didn't realize how much he'd missed the business, the performing, the records, the movies. His voice, though a bit rusty from lack of use, was still there and still beautiful.
Sinatra's trademark is his ability to make you feel he is singing directly to you, that the lyrics were written for you. The range of his emotional experience comes through powerfully, filling his songs with passion and sensitivity. Frank Sinatra is a legend, a 20th century romantic, a genius and the creator of masterpieces. He invested his life into articulating the human experience with a depth of emotion previously unattained in music. He made music come alive to touch our hearts.
And now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. My friend, I'll say it clear, I'll state my case, of which I'm certain. I've lived a life that's full. I traveled each and every highway, and more, much more than this, I did it my way. Regrets, I've had a few, but then again, too few to mention. I did what I had to do, and saw it through without exemption. I planned each charted course, each careful step along the byway, and more, much more than this, I did it my way. Yes, there were times, I'm sure you knew, when I bit off more than I could chew. But through it all, when there was doubt, I ate it up and spit it out. I faced it all, and I stood tall, and did it my way. I've loved, I've laughed and cried, I've had my fill, my share of losing, and now, as tears subside, I find it all so amusing to think I did all that, and may I say, not in a shy way, oh no, not me. I I did it my way. For what is a man? What has he got? If not himself, then he has not to say the things he truly feels, and not the words of one who kneels. The record shows I took the blows and did it my Yes, it was my